There you are. I was wondering where you were. Well, shall we start? Live from Studio B of WDWL TV, located on Grumpy Vulture Boulevard. It's me, the grumpy old man. Okay. I checked on prices, and being low level cheap, the TLC 30Z, or for you people across the pond, 30Z, that phone only sells for $129.99. The Blue Studio Mini, $130.99. So, not super expensive. Believe me. Not as expensive as what, provider B sent me with the Motorola Moto G 5G brand new phone. This one, $399.99. $400. Now, I'm sure they didn't pay $400, but even so, even though we're not talking a lot of money, there's $130 times 2. That is wasted. $260 worth of phones sitting here because provider A will not unlock them. Sad. Really sad. Egg, please unlock them. And they might. Something I gotta think about. I gotta see if my friend still is interested in the phone. If not, I don't know. All I know is if I send them back, they're going to send them back. And why should I waste the postage? Just ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Got something in the mail today. Since my friend that lives, she lives out in Arizona. She sent me, knowing I got to remember how to point because of the camera that I collect plates. So she sent me these two plates, and I got a good laugh. Lake Mead, Area 51. I got a kick out of those. I gotta rearrange. Of course, the nice thing about this, everything is on little hooks, so I can swap everything around. It's not permanently mounted. The two items that I've been waiting for Studio A are here. So tomorrow, I'm going to work on the Studio A backdrop. We're going to leave B this way, and A is going to have a different look. Plus, you'll know just by the background what studio I'm using. But I still will announce Studio A, Studio B. It's part of the intro. I am also working on some sort of intro music. Haven't figured it all out yet. Pain in the ass. You know, there was a lot of music I was using when I was mainly in Studio A with no problem. Then all of a sudden, I don't know if YouTube did a revision of their algorithm or what. I keep getting bounced for music. So, I'm working on that.
Grumpy, you've been working on that forever. You're making an excuse.
Okay. I'm making excuses. It'll get there. I have to make sure I know what intro music I want to use. I experimented with it once, twice, and no slap on the hands from YouTube. So I'm going to try a third. And if nothing gets said, I'm going to use that intro music for here. And over in Studio A, we'll let whatever flies, you know. That's interesting. My little logo for Prism Live Studio is in an orange box with a red dot. I've never seen that before. Usually, if something's wrong, there's a notification in this corner up here that you can't see. I see it. Nothing there. Don't understand that orange box. No notifications. Interesting. Oh well, we'll see what happens. My buddy with a strange sense of humor saw that I collect iron-on patches. So he sent me this. My idea of help from above is a sniper on the roof. I got a good laugh out of that. Got a aardvark in my throat. Most people get frogs. I get aardvarks. You know, I've mentioned this senior citizen blowing money on lottery. And it just, I don't understand it. Like today, there was a woman that came in the smoke shop that looked about a week older than Methuselah. Bought $50 worth of these tear open lotto, instant lotto. I've never seen them. There's like 5 or 6 tabs. You rip them open. Well, she was grabbing, ripping open, so all the tabs opened at once. She'd look, throw it in the wastebasket. Tear open, throw it in the wastebasket. Tear open, throw it in the wastebasket. Tear open, look at it, set that one aside. $50 a ticket. She won $2. So when she left, the fellow that runs the shop said she comes in 2 times a week and buys 50. She has yet to even come close to breaking even. Today, out of 50, she won 2. He said last week, the one day, out of 50, she won 10. The second trip in, out of 50, she won 5. Twice a week, $50. You know, I sit back and think, one day, these people are going to be out of money. And they're going to sit and wonder, where did that money go? I could use that money right now. Well, gee, assholes, you blew it on lottery. How long does it take to get through your thick skull that the lottery is like Vegas? It's aimed towards the house to win, not you. Now, I've never been to Vegas. I have friends that go regular basis. And I asked them, because they usually spend a week. I said, in that week, how many big winners have you ever seen? And they said, in the 10 years that they've been going to Vegas, twice. Now, one was a big winner. He won on, I guess, in the one casino, when you walk in, there's this humongous slot machine. Got a big arm. And it has a running total across the top, what the jackpot is. And I think it's 25. You got to put 25 in it. Well, this guy hit for $5 million. But that's a rarity. The other time, they said the guy he was at a poker table, and he won 10,000, and I think it was like $20 or $25 to get in. Wasn't a high stakes poker, you know, not like when they do the televised poker games, you know. You got to put up, you know, 250,000 to get, you know, to get a seat. So that's why, you know, they can afford to build them lavish hotels and casinos. Because they're not paying out a lot of money. They're taking in a lot, not paying out. I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, I can sort of understand, like when the lottery gets up in the hundreds of millions, taking a chance, because that's what it is. You're taking a chance. And maybe you might win. Although you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning. I don't know. I guess maybe it's because I'm a little more conservative with my money. I like to get a bit of a return. Not like this poor old woman, $50, win 2. I don't know if I can say I would feel sorry for her if she was like broke, because she knew full well what she was doing. Although, playing the lottery, I know, is addictive like cigarettes, I waste my money with these. She wastes her money with tear open tickets. And God forbid you ever say something to these people. Oh, God. One day I made that comment. I said, when you're broke, is it finally going to sink in that you wasted your retirement money on lotto? Oh, God. He went off at me like a ballistic missile. I was like, okay, it's your money. He's still wasting his money. And some of these people, every single day, I just don't get it. What is his chance of hitting it big? 1 in a trillion? I don't care for those odds myself. No. Oh. Today, as I was walking past the front office, I heard,
So, the costume is here, and the vulture was clacking. And he said, when is the grumpy old man going to do the intro with the costume? And from what I hear, it's going to be a surprise.
It's going to be, come here, put on the costume, the beak, and the top hat, and do the intro.
Yep. Yeah, there was a lot of laughing going on. So I can almost imagine what the poor little birdie with his hurt feelings is going to put me through. Yeah. I won't know when. One day, I'm going to come in, get ready to walk in the studio, and it's going to be,
Not yet. Go in the green room and put the costume on. Then come back and do the intro. Yeah.
and I don't get to see it first. It's going to be, go put it on. Once. That's it. I'm only putting that beak and that top hat on once. Although, depending on the costume, maybe I might like it. I doubt it, but there's a slim chance. And if I like it, maybe I'll wear the costume and the top hat during the stream. Slim chance, but you never know. I'm not wearing the beak. But if it's a fairly nice costume, I might wear it with the top hat. Maybe. We'll see. I have the feeling the costume is going to have feathers. If it does, once, and then the costume will get this. Yeah, one of these. In the parking lot. I'll go. And then the fire department will show up and write me a ticket. Yeah. If that costume has feathers, one time. Although, you admit it, but I kind of like the top hat. Yeah, I thought it would look cool. But don't tell nobody. That's our secret between you and me. I kind of like the top hat.
I heard that. You're next. We got a chipmunk on staff. So I might wear the top hat more than once.
But I ain't gonna tell nobody. Although, when... Oh! Jesus, what did I do? Okay. When I was driving limousine, I had a tux, and that top hat would have looked cool. Pull up, get out of the car, put on the top hat, open the door, you know. I was the only driver that had a tuxedo. I bought it myself. As a matter of fact, I never told anybody. One day, I just happened to go into Goodwill. We had one up the street. I used to go in on a regular basis. So I would buy all my suits from Goodwill. I had some pretty flashy suits. You know, Goodwill, $20 for a three-piece suit. Maybe I would have to get some alterations done, but there was a tailor. Where was that tailor? In Lakewood. There was a tailor shop. Very reasonable. So, I'm looking through the rack, and I spot this jacket with satin lapels. Sure enough, a tuxedo, and it was complete. Coat, pants, shirt, vest, cucumber bun was all there. And it was in my size. The only thing I had to get done was I needed the pants, the cuffs, not the cuffs, but you know what I mean. I needed them lengthened by like 2 inches. Pants fit perfect. Shirt was my size. Had the bow tie. The vest fit perfect. The cucumber bun was adjustable. And the jacket, perfect. Sleeves were right where they should be. $50. Didn't even look like it was ever worn. $50. So I get up to the cash register and I said, would you take 35? And the girl looked at the tux. She looked at me. And I was wearing clothes. I had just done a brake job on my truck. So she gave me the look. She went, okay, 35. So I paid her. Got out of the sight. And went,
Yippee! I got a tuxedo complete for 35 bucks. I had the 50, but grumpy is cheap. And it only cost me $5 to get the pants lengthened. So for 40 bucks, I had a tuxedo. And I looked cool driving the limousine in a tuxedo. But a top hat, that would really set it off.
those were the days. I have to look. No, I got rid of it. I got rid of it. I think I have the bow tie and the cucumber bun. I don't. Do I have the shirt? No. I kept the bow tie and the cucumber bun. I don't know why. Although I used to wear bow ties a lot. I liked them. People always, bow tie. Those are back from the 30s and 40s. Hey, I like them. Let me show you something. What do you think, huh? Believe it or not, this was my grandfather. This is like, believe it or not, 75 years old. Don't say where it's made. I know he didn't buy cheap stuff. Says cashmere. Cashmere Stetson. Yep, my grandfather wore this. And it was in the days where, when a lady walked by, he would tip his hat. Because gentlemen in the day did that. Problem is, the box that it came in got destroyed. Actually, not destroyed. It fell apart from age. Yeah, he took excellent care. He would come home, brush it, put it in the box, put the lid on, put it on the shelf. And if it was going to rain, oh, no. That hat has never seen rain. Because one day, he told me he was out and it started to rain. He dashed in a store and bought a shopping bag, put it in the shopping bag, and made sure he held it closed so it wouldn't get wet. He took excellent care. Well, you can see by the age. Not to mention, you can also tell he spent some bucks. Because if that would have been a cheap hat, it would have fallen apart by now. Actually, I should get a box for it. I made up a little press sign. Because, you know, back in the day, reporters had that little sign tucked in the band that said, press. That's how you could tell a reporter back in the day. They had a little notepad and their hat with a little sign that said, press. Yeah, I made one up and I had a picture taken. I'll have to see if I can find it. I put on a suit coat, had this look on my face like I was taking notes. Yeah. Grumpy does some weird things now and then. Mostly now, not so much then. Yeah. Grumpy is kind of a tick off at times. But it's fun. It's fun not acting my age. Although, how can I act to my age? I've never been this old before. Everybody says, act your age. How can I act my age? I've never been this old. If I was this old before, I would know how to act. So don't tell Grumpy act his age. You don't want to piss off the grumpy old man. Or I will have you shipped to Area 51 and then have some cement shoes put on you and drop you into Lake Mead. Yeah. Back in the day, the Italians were big on cement shoes. Yeah. And making people like vanish. Like Jimmy Hoffa. They still ain't found him. He's been gone a long time. Good old Jimmy Hoffa. It's amazing. Every so often, a theory will come up. Jimmy Hoffa is underneath that parking lot. Or he's underneath that golf course. Ain't never found him. They made him disappear real good. And with that, friends, I think Grumpy's gonna disappear for the night. Have a good evening, and I will chat with you